Good evening, teacher. I'm going to talk about the listening techniques. And before that, I would like to say that when I started diving into the listening techniques subject, I was a little unfamiliar with what I was supposed to talk about because the most of us were born ready to listen, and we have passed all of whole life listening. Once I read that we even listening when we are sleeping. So I was expecting find out a tutorial about how to control our body to listening, or in the best case scenario I was expecting for the typical advices that all teachers say to their student, like listening music in English or watch movie in English without subtitles, for example. So literally, my first search on Google was listening techniques, and as I read the different blogs and sites about the topic, I realized that most of them, the listening techniques, were oriented to prepare students for a certification. So the listening techniques help us to improve of developing an exam. I mean, we cannot approve the exam just applying one of those listening techniques, because there are a lot of theory and practice we have to be good at to successfully apply a listening technique. So after reading some sites of English teaching, I got that listening techniques are a more efficient way to face the listening part of a certification. I found out a lot of information about the IELTS certification, and the next three listening techniques that I'm going to talk about can be applied to this exam. The first technique is question analysis, and it's based on the 20 to 35 seconds that are given to us before each audio. It might not sound very long, but it's long enough to do the important preparation work that will enable us to complete the question successfully. There are three things to note: which section of the test are they in, what type of question are they, and what sort of information do we need to listen for. If we memorize the test section, we will know the general context of each audio before it plays, and how many people will be taking one will be taking part on the audio. For example, if it's a monologue or there are two people in a conversation. This is really important because uh, the most we know about the exam, the most we will be able to answer it. I mean, if we know how it's coming, what is coming, we will be able to uh, face the question and say, okay, the next question uh, uh, is about a hotel reservation, for example, or there will be three persons having a conversation. That's useful information because we will prepare ourselves for listening three voices, for example. In any certification, we will be asked a variety of different types of questions selected from a list, and there are types of questions like note completion, form completion, multiple question, table completion, sentence completion, summary completion, short answer question, or a map and plan labeling. There are a particular way to face any of these types of question, and the more practice we have in any of them, the best result we will have in our exam. The second technique is related to this first one, and its name is answer prediction. As I already said, we have uh, 20 seconds to read or predict an answer by reading the question. Uh, we can extract important information for the question. The type of information required, for example, I mean, we can know what are we looking for, or what we want to listen. For example, a name, a date, a phone number, a percentage, a place, or a price, for example. Besides that, we are able to know what kind of language they are using, or what kind of subject the audio is about. It could be a social type audio, or an academic audio. For example, visit to a museum. And the last technique I will talk about is keyword clues. This method is also to do with prediction, but particularly relevant for questions containing a lot of text in form of a diagram, a map, a plan, or a table. This technique is used to identify keywords or phrases in the question. Why? Because the answers will be very likely to be synonyms or paraphrasing of this. Uh, it means that in the question will be written in a form, and in the audio, we will listening this word with the same sense, but in a different way. The first step to this method is to underline the keywords in the answer, or in the question. And the second step is to quickly think of some possible synonyms and related words to listen out in the audio. So those are the three listening techniques that I uh, think that are useful in an exam, and that's all of my part. And I would like to say that even if listening techniques are useful, they cannot supply the constant listening and study the English language, because they are a tool to uh, improve, or to improve the way we listening an audio, but in real life, in a real life conversation, it's difficult to apply them. So mm, they are a tool, and we have to use them wisely. See you later, teacher.